The jungle of Kasara 7 breathed with humidity and danger. Lena crouched beside the stream, her filtration canister filling slowly with purified water. The settlement was 3 kilometers north, and she'd volunteered for water duty precisely because it gave her time alone. Time to think, time to breathe without the constant chatter of the colony. That's when she heard it. A soft, rhythmic sound, breathing. Close. Too close. Lena's hand froze on the canister. Every survival instinct screamed at her to turn around, to face whatever apex predator had stalked her through the crimson ferns. The wildlife on Kasra 7 didn't play games. The 6-legged skrets could gut a person in seconds. The aerial shrikes dropped from canopy heights with talons like surgical blades, but humans didn't survive by panicking. She took a slow breath, calm, measured, and listened. The breathing behind her matched her rhythm exactly. Inhale, exhale, perfectly synchronized, like an echo made flesh. Lena's lips curved slightly. That was odd. She shifted her weight to her left foot. The breathing shifted. She tilted her head. A soft rustle followed, mimicking the angle. Whatever stood behind her wasn't preparing to strike. It was copying her. Curiosity won over caution. Lena turned slowly, hands visible and empty. What she saw made her breath catch, not from fear but from wonder. A predator cub sat 3 meters away, violet eyes fixed on her with laser focus. It was a Orcs pup, barely half-grown, its obsidian fur still soft with youth, its triple-jointed limbs folded in an almost exact replica of her crouching position. The species was legendary across this sector. Intelligent pack hunters, strategic killers, apex predators that had driven 2 colonization attempts off-world before humanity even arrived. And this one was studying her. "Hey there," Lena whispered. The cub's ear frills flared. Its mouth opened slightly and a soft sound emerged. Not quite a growl, more like an attempt at mimicking her voice. The pitch was wrong, warbled through an alien larynx, but the intention was unmistakable. It was trying to say hello back. Lena's heart swelled with that peculiar human instinct, the one that had domesticated wolves and befriended corvids, the one that saw intelligence in alien eyes and responded not with violence but with connection. "You're trying to learn, aren't you?" she said softly. "Trying to figure out what I am." The cub, she decided to call him Rock after his species, tilted his head exactly as she had moments before. His breathing still matched hers, chest rising and falling in synchronized rhythm. Lena smiled and deliberately changed her breathing pattern, making it slower, deeper. Rock's violet eyes widened, and after a moment's delay, his breathing adjusted to match. She could almost see the calculation happening behind those intelligent eyes, the neurological processing that allowed him to observe, analyze, and replicate. "You're a smart one," she murmured. "Dangerous smart." She reached slowly for her ration pack, never breaking eye contact. Rock tensed, his haunches coiling like springs, but he didn't flee. Lena broke off a piece of protein bar and placed it on the ground between them. "Peace offering," she said. Rock approached with exaggerated caution, each paw placed deliberately, his body low to the ground. When he reached the food, he didn't snatch it. Instead, he picked it up delicately with his triple-fingered paw, mimicking how Lena had held it and brought it to his mouth. His face immediately scrunched in disgust. The protein bar hit the ground with a wet plop. Lena laughed, the sound bright in the alien jungle. "Yeah, I don't like them either." Rock's ear frills flicked forward at her laughter. Then in a display that sent shivers down her spine, he opened his mouth and made a sound. A choppy, rough approximation of laughter. It was wrong in every technical way, but the social intention was perfect. He was trying to laugh with her. For the next hour, Lena stayed by the stream, and Rock stayed with her. She moved through her water collection routine while he shadowed her every gesture. When she stretched, he stretched. When she knelt, he knelt. When she absently rubbed her neck, he lifted a paw to his own neck frills. It wasn't mockery. It was learning, pure, intense, almost desperate learning. Lena had read the xenobiology reports. Rocks were social learners, their intelligence rivaling dolphins and corvids back on Earth. But they learned from their packs, from their own kind. The fact that Rock was here alone, mimicking a human. "Where's your family, little one?" she asked softly, Rock's ears drooped. He made a low sound, mournful, unmistakably sad. Lena's chest tightened. A separated cub, maybe orphaned. And instead of attacking the strange alien invader, he'd chosen to learn from her. That was so remarkably human that it hurt. She thought about the colony, about the standing orders regarding native predators. Shoot on sight, eliminate threats before they eliminate you. Standard procedure for frontier worlds. But looking at Rock, at his eager mimicry, his obvious intelligence, his choice to connect rather than attack, Lena saw a different path. "You want to learn?" she said, standing slowly. Rock stood too, mirroring her posture. "Then let me teach you, not how to hunt humans, how to live with us." She started walking back toward the colony, and Rock followed, his footfalls matching her rhythm. When she paused, he paused. When she stepped over a fallen log, he stepped over it the same way, studying her technique. The other colonists would think she was crazy. They'd cite statistics about predator attacks and colonial failures. They'd want the cub removed, relocated, or worse. But humans had always had this gift, this strange, stubborn ability to look at something wild and dangerous and see not an enemy, but a potential friend. They'd done it with wolves who became dogs, with wild horses who became partners, with cats who'd chosen to live alongside them. It was the human superpower, not strength or speed, but the relentless belief that connection was possible. As the settlement walls came into view, Lena glanced back at Rock. He sat at the jungle's edge, watching her with those intelligent violet eyes. She raised her hand in a wave. Rock raised his paw, mimicking the gesture, and Lena knew with absolute certainty that this was how it started. Not with conquest or dominance, but with a curious cub and a patient human, both brave enough to breathe in sync. Tomorrow she'd come back. And the day after, and slowly and possibly they'd build something new on Kasara 7, something that would make humanity proud.